Hello GST. Today we look at the impact of GST on the e-commerce sector. Let's start by listing both the advantages and the disadvantages.
At the outset, it's important that the GST lawmakers understand the whole concept of e-commerce. If you look at e-commerce today, the basic model is the marketplace model. So fundamentally, they need to understand what the marketplace provider is. He is basically a service provider. Yes, the central authorities do understand and charge service tax as far as income on the marketplace is concerned. But the state authorities are confused about what is the role of a marketplace provider. So fundamentally, if GST understands that a marketplace provider is primarily a service provider who lists vendors on his site for buyers to buy, who does fulfillment and other activities, then it's fine. But if this GST authorities, like the state authorities, confused about the fact that it is the owners of the marketplace providers to take up the responsibility of paying GST on the sale of goods, then it will increase the entire operational cost of the marketplace provider, which means there will be an increase in the consumer cost. Second is, today a marketplace provider provides several services and he provides more or less a single consolidated invoice. He is today registered under service tax as a central registration. Tomorrow, by virtue of the place of supply, it could be possible that he may have to register in all the places for the state GST, which could increase compliance significantly. If it increases compliance, again there could be an increase in cost. So sectors like e-commerce, telecom, financial services, we've been telling the lawmakers may have to be treated in a slightly different way and see how best they can have a single registration. Otherwise, the cost will increase and hence will get passed on to the consumers. The third is the treatment of service providers marketplace model, where the entire aggregator concept that was brought in service tax again needs to be understood well, so that the operational cost of those service providers does not go up, which in turn will again mean increase in consumer cost. So GST on an overall basis will be good, but each of these nuances needs to be understood by the lawmakers.
But Hari, if the ambiguity persists and a proposed standard rate of 18% is levied on marketplaces, then that will mean higher costs for both marketplaces and consumers.
Well, Menaka, I am an eternal optimist and I feel engaging with the lawmakers will make them see reason, and I do understand they are willing to understand. So first and foremost, the hope is they understand the model. In case that doesn't happen, like you rightly said, with services expected to be at the higher rate of maybe 18, that will increase the operational cost and hence will somewhere the burden will get passed on to the consumers.